And students, till date we were seeing the origin of life, why from the life start, and what were the different theories, and what were the postulates of Darwin. And today we may throw a light upon the origin of man, origin and evolution of man, that where from actually the man originated and how it evolved from generation to generation in order to get the present shape. So by in scientific means it has been seen that about 15 million years ago, and 1 million is equal to 10 lakh, and if about 15 million years ago there were our primates means there were living our ancestors, our old people from what we get generated from whom we got our birth. They were known as Dryopithecus and Brahmopithecus. So our ancestors about 15 million years ago, they were known as Dryopithecus and Brahmopithecus. And they were not having their shape much like today's man, but they were having the shape which was resembling with gorillas and chimpanzees. And today you are seeing the gorillas and chimpanzees on television in geographical channels. So their our primates, their shape was more like gorillas and chimpanzees and less with today's man. So Ramapithecus was more man-like, while Dryopithecus were more ape-like. And these were so the first ancestors, the first primates were Dryopithecus, and they were more ape-like. And then the next generation was Ramapithecus. They were not more ape-like, but they were more man-like. And similarly, some fossil bones were discovered in Ethiopia and Tanzania. And Tanzania and Ethiopia, they are actually the African countries. They are the countries this time situated in African continent. Some 3 to 4 million years ago, means 30 lakh or 40 lakh years ago, some fossil bones have been received, have been observed, have been dug out by the scientists, and those fossil bones they revealed that individuals, man-like individuals, were roaming in eastern Africa. They were probably not more than 4 feet high. That some 30 lakh or 40 lakh years ago, there were persons, there were living creatures, there were individuals which were very much man-like. They were roaming, they were going from here to there, they were roaming in African continent, and their height was not more than 4 feet, means their height was less than today's man. Today's man is normally 5.6 or to 5.10. And then the evolution gets carried on with the passage of evolution, with the process of evolution. Only then after 2 million years ago, that is after 20 lakh years ago, and before 30 lakh or 40 lakh years ago, and now when the evolution occurs, when the time passes, now we are seeing that after 20 lakh years ago, there was the next generation of man, which was known as Australopithecus or Australopithecus. And probably they lived in East African grasslands. Australopithecus, they were the individuals, man-like individuals, which were living, probably not confirmedly, but probably they were living in Eastern African grasslands. And scientific evidence are showing that those Australopithecus men, they were hunting and they were using stone tools for hunting and were probably eating more fruit. They were moving in grasslands. They were having the techniques to hunt an animal by using their stone tools, and they were probably eating the fruit. So in this way there was getting the evolution of man. There was this Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus, they were getting evolved. They were moving from Dryopithecus to Ramapithecus and from Ramapithecus to Australopithecus. And thus we can say that these Australopithecus were first human-like creatures which were having the skills of hunting, and they were probably eating more fruits, and these Australopithecus, they were more human like, so that is why they are known as Homo habilis, that is more human like. Then with the passage of time the evolution was going on, and with the continuous evolution there came the next generation of this men, of these individuals. After Australopithecus there came Homo erectus. So what does Homo erectus mean? Homo means human. So these were the human beings which were having the capability to get upright, to get erected. Probably our gorillas and chimpanzees, when we are seeing them today, they are not moving in an upright position. When they move upon their two legs, they remain somehow bowed. But after these Australopithecus or Homo habilis, there came the next generation of human beings which were known as Homo erectus. Why Homo erectus? Because they were having the potential to move in an erected style, in an erected position, in an upright position as compared to their old ancestors. And these men were seen, these individuals were seen some 1.5 million years ago. That means before 15 lakh years ago. And these Homo erectus, which were now more man like, they were having big brains, large brains, means big heads. And it was more man like creature which was moving in an upright position. And then with the time goes on and goes on, and there comes now the next generation of men. They were known as Neanderthal men. So Neanderthal man was living in Eurasia, and Eurasia is the combination of Asia and Europe. So in the parts of Eurasia, the latest generation of human beings after Homo erectus, it was Neanderthal man, and some 1 lakh to 40,000 years ago, not too old, but it was hardly 40,000 years ago to 1 lakh years ago, these Neanderthals were seen roaming, living in Eurasia, and they were hiding. They were not having got their senses very much developed, and they now were using the hides, the skin of different animals to protect their body from heat and cold. And when any of the person from their relation died, they were now having the technique to bury them. They have now learned that whenever anyone from their relation or from their race will die out, we have to bury them. And these were the qualities of Neanderthals which were living in Eurasia, and this was the total power of evolution. And finally, Homo sapiens arose in Africa and moved across different continents to develop into different races. So, scientific evidence are showing that Homo sapiens, that means human beings, they actually got originated, they actually got arose from the African continent, and then they moved towards other continents like Europe, Asia, and other continents, and there they form different races. And agricultural practices started some 1 lakh years ago. So these actual agricultural practices, they were learned by these Neanderthal men some 1 lakh years ago, and in this way the evolution of man, it took place from dryopithics and ramopithics point of stage to this level, that means to the present level of Homo sapien. And so this was the today's topic regarding the origin and evolution of man, how the man got evolved from their ancestors, from their primates which were more ape-like, chimpanzee-like, and how by different stages, by different generations, he learned to move, he learned to stand erect, he learned to hunt, he learned to hide its body, he learned to use the skins of animals, and he learned the agricultural practices, and how he learned to bury its fellow man. And in this way, this man, rather this Homo sapien, it got its evolution from the primates, that is dryopithics or ramopithics, till the present state, till the present generation, which is very much available before our eyes. So this was our today's topic for class 12th. Hope you must have understood it very well. For any query or confusion, do call me or ring in this message me. Thank you. Have a good day.